Hello, everybody. My name's Ardendris, and welcome back to Tensura Reincarnated. Last time, we were kind of finished up with all of the legitimate stuff we're going to be getting done. Everything else from this point on, and technically slightly what we did at the end of last time, is we're going to be cheating stuff in just to test it out. So, we managed to get a hold of a sentient being. Legitimately, this was pretty simple. Just grab all the things you would need to summon the Wither, a Snow Golem, and an Iron Golem. Pretty simple. This skill is kind of... it's in its base form, sentient being is essentially just unyielding without the keep you alive part. It's okay. Like, unyielding is definitely is definitely the weakest of the skills that let you get subordinate skills. So it's not great. But it evolves into Carnation, which is, in a sense, kind of it's kind of Predator without, yeah. It's Predator, but, oops, wrong scale. I feel like there was something that made it slightly worse than Predator, but I can't remember what it is right now. Stomach and Recovery removes... I don't remember if a Predator actually has that skill. Yeah. You don't get the EP from things you eat with Predator, or with Carnation, but other than that, it's kind of a Predator mixed with Unyielding, but it kind of doesn't have the best version. It's kind of a weaker version of both, in a sense. So we got to test that out. If you didn't have other skills, that would be good. For us, it's not that important. Otherwise, I don't think there are any other legitimate skills we're going to be getting a hold of. Although there aren't that many we haven't seen, period. Hidden Ruler we tested. If I went to the Skulk area, I would get it again in an instant. So we don't really need to do that. Seer, Chef. Those two are ones we haven't seen, period, but I'm not that interested in them. Suppressor, Reflector, and Guardian. Again, 3 more we haven't seen, but I'm not that interested. And then on this screen, Infinite Prison, we could probably do legitimately. I just needed to grab Obsidian and didn't. Sloth, again, we could probably do legitimately. I just haven't. Pride. We're up to 8. And we're basically staying at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 skills we have never seen in any series. Or technically we saw Musician in the original series, but we haven't seen its ultimate form. So Musician, Fusionist, and Crasher, we're going to spawn in, leaving 8 we haven't seen. Do I spawn them in to test them out? I could at this point. But they might join the list of things we spawn in. But today, we want to take a look at the last 6 ultimate skills we haven't gotten to see. And then it's probably going to be one more episode after this so that we can look at, like, all the races that get added in from Mysticism. But I've just been waiting here. We're up to 68 million MP Magicules just because I want to try something. So we tried this last time when we boosted ourselves with a Beast Transform and with Dragon Mode, trying to boost our Magicules above 50 million so that we could do the BTR alteration or acquire. Eldora. Yeah, it does take max Magicules. I was hoping that if we didn't boost ourselves up other than using our skills to gain extra MP that it would work. But no, it didn't. So the 10AL gets turned off and Wrath gets turned off. And I learned this the hard way when I got to like 40 million and then had to restart. But if I gain any extra max MP right now, if I gain, why did this reset? I kept getting reset back to 100% while I was doing my test stuff. Yeah, if I eat anything with corrosion, I get reset back to 5.8 million. That's interesting. That's weird. I don't know why that's like that. Anyways, we're into cheat mode just to show things off. So we're going to be ending with Azathoth, and thus probably ending with Veldora, Velgrind, and then Azathoth, so we can go with them in order. So I guess let's start with Musician. Sure. There's two ways I could do this. One, just give myself the last two music discs and finish up the quest so that we can have it marked here, which also won't take a magic Huel, so I'm probably going to do that. But I could also just use the command. I'd rather have the check mark there, so let's spawn in music disc, and we're missing blocks and stall, I believe. It's the red and orange one, so boop and boop. And thus we have Musician. I don't really like ending up having to cheat for stuff, but we're at the end here anyways. I don't need that, and I can probably get rid of Antaeus and Timeless Memories for now too. Anyways, Musician, it has two modes. Sonic Blast, which it's a Sonic Blast, and Sound Wave, which is a Sound Wave. And one of these is directed hit, and one of them is area of effect, but I think it has extra stuff too. So it has Sound Wave. It's just another, you can see things that make noise type of skill. Sonic Blast just does damage ignoring armor, and Sound Wave does damage ignoring armor to things around you. Wind Requiem, okay. So I want to see this skill mastered. Apparently it has something else cool. And, but I have to avoid accident. There's the Okami again. Who is Okami? Where do you come from? I know you're from Angels, but I don't know who you are. It looks like a normal Minecraft skin, so it could be like the mod creator, maybe? I don't know. Anyways, why is this suddenly... There we go. Why did that suddenly stop losing training points? Anyways, Wind Requiem. What does this do? As soon as I kill something with it, we're going to evolve it. Fires a sonic boom that does 300 damage and 100 spiritual. Okay. That's kind of cool, actually. Also, Musician has a toggle I should probably do as well. Why didn't this skill automatically evolve? That's an interesting. Anyways, Musician, it's there, it's cool, but we're here to look at its ultimate form. Also, at one point, I'm probably going to give myself Creator again. Technically, there's more to Creator we didn't get to see before, as we can alter it and get anti-skill permanently, which in turn basically means Creator gives two skills, any skill and whatever you want to make with it. You don't end up having to waste Creator always making anti-skill again. Anyways, BTR Ultima Alteration Musician. Musician has been evolved into its better form, Apollo. Another one for the list. Now, this also has a toggle. Sing the songs of war, death, and destruction. Use sound to create super powerful blasts which ignore armor. Fine-tune your hearing even further. Okay, that's super long-range hearing capabilities. And Apollo. Might as well click it. Passive, auditory, 50 by 50 radius, hear all mobs. Thought acceleration, of course. Synesthesia. I believe that's spelled wrong here? Or is that how you actually spell it? Inflicts blindness onto affected enemies. Sonic Blast is just better. Sound Wave is just better. Wind Requiem still exists and is again just better. Soul Render requires Mind Requiem. Oh, is this another thing where you have to... Oh. It appears it is not fully working yet. You get a TR Mysticism skill.mode.orpheus.sonic blast. Orpheus is not the name of the skill. Okay. I believe there is something slightly wrong with this skill. Like it is named the wrong thing, and it does not have its things fully worked out yet. But, okay. I'm curious if this was originally named Orpheus, and then it was renamed to Apollo or something. That's possible. Anyways, this is gonna get mastered in just a moment. It's basically just Musician, but better. It's one of those. Mind Requiem. You have mastered the usage of soul render. Oh, okay. So, basically, the same thing but better, same thing but better, same thing but better. Soul render. Scream in all cardinal directions around you, reaching up to 10 blocks in every direction. Deal 900 damage that ignores armor, as well as dealing 300 spiritual damage. Huh? You want to try that one again, game? There we go. I used it the first time and it just did not do anything? I don't know. Do I have a training dummy on me? Yes, always. More or less always. Yes, it does 900. These skills are probably affected by sound manipulation, so might want to go ahead and do that. What are the other sound-based skills? I don't currently have any mastered, I don't think, besides coercion probably should count, but I don't know if it does. Drain, sonic streak, I know I have that skill. Ultrasonic wave, rather. Timeless memories can go away for a moment, it's mastered. Here we go, sound manipulation is now ready to learn. I just want to see if this works. There it is. Oh yeah, I guess I lost spatial manipulation and then gained it back with space-time domination was learned. There it is, it's learned. Sound manipulation gets turned on. OP. OP. There it is. I just skipped right over it. Doesn't do anything on its own, but if I use this, it gets boosted to 1800. Perfect. And I'm assuming the other skills would also get boosted as well. Come on. There we go. Sound manipulation is mastered. Sound domination gets learned. Just keep going back in here. Da-da-doo, da-da-doo. There it is. 1200 on that skill. Soul render goes up to 3600. Targeting everything in our immediate vicinity. So it's good. Obviously, we just have better options though. And unlike some of the other ones that got their combined ones to do a bunch of extra, like 8 times damage, sound just ends there. I also don't think mastering sound domination does anything. But I want to see real quick, so it's only going to take like 2 more of these. There we go. Go beat up one more thing for EP, just to make sure. No extra damage. And no extra skill when gaining EP. Cool, that's basically the gist of It's basically the gist of Musician / Apollo. Basically, ignoring armor is pretty good. Huh. Ignoring armor, huh? Hinata has a lot of armor. Is that just straight up a one-shot to Hinata? That might just be a one-shot to Hinata. As if we needed more of those. I don't know. I mean, if it ignores armor, this might also just be a one-shot to Charybdis, too. Charybdis only has 1000. This does, like, 1200 at max. I don't know. It could be good. We already have multiple ways of one-shotting everything, so it's not that exciting. So that leaves Crasher and Ignis. Which one do we want to do first? Let's go with Ignis, I guess. We've seen Fusionist before, so it doesn't really matter if we want to showcase that. Again, I'm just going to give myself the TNT. I'd rather have the marks there. Oh, not that. There's no way to just say, oh, give me a stack and put it over here, is there? I have to click and drag. Let me get the 2000 or whatever we need real quick. It's going to take a moment. I think that's enough stacks of TNT now. Going in. There we go. I might have actually grabbed one extra. I grabbed one extra. Cool. So now, Fusionist. We've seen it before. We were testing it with Creator. Basically, turn blocks into matter. These lot have just been trying to shoot me. Fuse. Giant explosion. Also, you can just use matter to throw, like, these yeah. Basically, you disassemble things, and then you use the matter you create to create grenades or landmines. I think my own gravity skills might be causing problems. Let's try turning off Antaeus for a moment, shall we? Oh yeah. Cannot use this skill in conjunction with conjuncture. Me and my sister literally had a conversation about the word conjunction and conjuncture yesterday, and I used the wrong one. Ignis. Why did that one work? But, shouldn't have done that. Why did that one work, but Apollo didn't? Hello, Shizu. You might not want to be here. This is probably a bad place for you. Anyways, Fusionist evolves into Ignis. Harness the power of fire and destruction to dominate your surroundings. Blast forward and propel with your explosions. Turn other mobs or even players into live explosives. My name is Yoshi. Yoshi? What? What was I gonna say? Ignis can get clicked because we've seen it. Same with Timeless Memories. Interesting that Beelzebub and Azazel and Tsukiyomi and all these ones are still under lock, despite the fact that we have them and have seen them. We have their prerequisite modes. Oh yeah, I guess I haven't gone in to click through saying, oh, we've gotten this skill or whatnot. That probably explains it a bit. Anyways, this assemble basically just does more matter at once. And actually, if you're holding something, it looks like it does matter faster as well. So basically, grab a stack of dirt, and it doubles into 2 stacks of matter. That's, yeah, that's probably gonna be faster. Ba-da-da-do. And this is only gonna take a moment. Just grab a bunch of stuff. I think it has to be blocks, or could I turn seeds into matter as well? I don't know. Disassemble. Oh, you can turn seeds into matter as well. It doesn't have to be blocks. I think that's a difference with Fusionist, if I remember correctly. Shift activate consume the block items in hand instead. Okay, that's better. So now we have stone, which I believe works the same but better, is probably the way it works. Hurl a stone, twice as strong and fast. Use. Make a landmine, 3 times stronger. It will get exploded the same way. Explosive dash, there's the new part. Stone. Oh. Yeah, that's like 3 TNT instead of the normal 1 or 2 or whatever it does. Fuse. Yeah. Oh. This skill already caused problems with lag when you used it. It's now worse. Hey look, Ifrit survived. Somehow. Explosive dash. Okay, yeah, explosive dash kind of works like the flicker from Opposer. And I can set the output to, like, a different number. 10. Use 10 matter to dash 10 blocks instead. Cool. Hold on. Am I just Bakugo? I might be Bakugo here, actually. This might be a reference. Then we have Bites the Dust. I'm gonna need more stuff real quick, so... Oh, there's a dragon down there. Hello there. Fancy seeing you here. You might want to fly away somewheres. Are you having fun, Ifrit? Bites the Dust. They literally can't hurt me. This doesn't matter. Bites the Dust. Implant a bomb into your target, but expend all your matter. Minimum 2,000. And needs to be primed over a minute, and the target will not know until 15 seconds before priming. When primed, the bomb lasts 120 seconds. If I die, it deactivates. You are very loud. So, Bites the Dust. Is there a way to check how much matter I have? Oh, it's been acquired through learning. Cool. Disassemble, 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 disassemble. Hippocte Grass, go. Really? Hippocte Grass doesn't work, but everything else did? What if I try, seeds? Yeah, seeds work, but not Hippocte Grass. Interesting. I guess it does still require item blocks, and I guess seeds just count for that, maybe? No idea. Fusionist matter. We're up to almost 1,000. Come on. I'm gonna use this bomb on that dragon I saw, I think. Keeping Ifrit alive for a minute is gonna be rough, especially since he keeps yelling and casting fire skills. Oh, yeah, we bypassed what we need a while ago. Actually, is this doubled as well? 1736. No. No, it is not. Cool. Anyways, oops, I skipped right past it because of Explosion Dash. I also need to actually make my way over there, because I should have kept disassembling and then switch over. Hello there, dragony friend. Do you want to be a test dummy? Oops, Bites the dust. Where are ya? Come on, you're gonna break your way out in a second, right? There we go. Out of matters to fuse? Oh yeah, it said I needed 2,000, that's right. There's some lag going on. I don't think the game is happy with all of my antics right now. Come on, make your way out. Not Explosion Dash. Did you go to sleep? Or did you somehow die? No, you're just asleep. Bomb set inside Fire Dragon. So now, if I wait 1 minute... Oh yeah, I forgot I closed the map, so I was trying to get a picture. You're just gonna sleep. That's not your best idea. Time left 50 seconds. Every 10 seconds I get a pop-up saying, I guess 5 seconds. 45. 40. Apparently they'll get a pop-up at like the 15-second mark that they're about to die, I'm assuming, is how it works. Oh yeah, that takes all of our Fusionist matter. Come on. And I think this damage scales off of how much matter I use for it, if I remember correctly. Primed, when the wielder dies the bomb, it will detonate at 0. I can dismantle it. When primed the bomb... Oh, it doesn't actually say how much damage it does. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It is... Oh. It primes after a minute, and then it will blow up in 2. Okay. I can blow it up early, right? I think that's what it said. Plant a bomb, but to expand all your matter, it needs to be primed over a minute, and the target will not know until it's about to be primed. It will last 120 seconds. If I die, it will be deactivated. Reactivating the skill will prime the bomb to detonate, instantly killing your target and blowing up the surrounding area. If it reaches 0, it will instantly detonate. So, if I do... Bites to dust, it will blow up automatically, right? Out of matters to fuse? Do I have to look at it? Maybe I have to look at you. Out of matters... What's the thing about automatically priming it and setting it to blow up then? I just have to wait the 2 minutes? Or if I managed to look at it twice before it was primed, would it cancel out the minute-long timer on that? I don't know. Where did Ifrit go? Did Ifrit end up dying somehow in my shenanigans? Nope. There it is. Anyways, 50 seconds. Curious how big this explosion is going to be. It used 2,000 matter to make this bomb, so I'm assuming it's going to be bigger than the one that you use for fuse, right? This skill is cool. It's an insta-kill. Like, I'm 100% sure this is an insta-kill. But I think we have better insta-kills than this. Surviving 3 minutes against an actually strong opponent is easier said than done. Like, surviving 3 minutes against Hinata, if Hinata's not dead in 3 minutes, you are. Like, 100%. Anyways, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Yep, game no like. You can see all the grass slowly breaking. That slime's dead. All of these ones are dead too. Grass is still breaking over there. How big is this going to be? I'm assuming I'm explosion proof at this point, so I'm not worried about me. Uh, do we think that the pillager tower is dead? That's I'm curious how far this goes. And this is going to take a moment. Oh, there it is. Oh. That's not even bigger than Fuse. Like, that's... Well, I guess most of this was underground, so it's not a fair analogy. But... yeah, that's basically just the same size explosion as Fuse. Aww. I think if I put more matter into it, it would be better, but I'm not sure. Also, the skill is just not mastered yet, so it could get better. Let me pull up the... As I start disassembling stuff to get ready for another explosion, let me pull up the Discord for mysticism. I want to see like what that says about the skill, because I think there was some extra info in there that's not listed here. Okay, so apparently this skill, I want to look at... I wish Explosion Dash didn't happen automatically. That would be nice. Apparently, one, we want to master this skill because it makes everything else easier to use. Spamming stone's going to be the way to do it. Like, right now, or before it was mastered, we needed at least 1,000 material in order to launch Bites to Dust. Now, it only needs 1,000, but it will still take the entire amount, and depending on how much extra you use it, it makes an even bigger boom. So... huh? Okay then. Fine, I have another test dummy. I was just going to, like, put down the training dummy for this one, or maybe use it on Ephrates. But if you're so if you're so generously offering yourself for science, dragon friend, I guess we'll see it on you too. Anyways, there you are. And we want Bites the Dust. Now we're setting this up with like 5,000 material versus 2,000 and something. So this is gonna be a bit bigger than the last one. Let's get somewhere safe so we can view this. You're gonna start making your way up here. Can I get you to go back to sleep? Probably not, because it's daytime. But we need to wait like another minute and a half. This will be primed in 40, and then from there it's 2 minutes. So I'll just see you when our friend here is going to go boom, I think. I kind of wish I could get him back underground just to see it, but I don't think that's going to be happening. Anyways, I'll see you in a minute. Or 2, technically. Okay, so we're at 20 seconds now before our friend here goes boom again. There's also a supermassive slime nearby. I'm wondering if they're close. I wonder if they're close enough. Like, how much damage does this do to the things around us? Like, 5 seconds. Well, that boom killed a supermassive slime too. And will it crash the game? Also, another important question. Our friend there is there. 5,000. Going to go... guesses from about 100Y. 50 blocks by 50 blocks? Are we going to hit 50Y maybe? If it's 50 by 50, the supermassive slime will also be in range. I don't know. I don't know how big this is going to be. This might just crash. Or if like 6,000 or whatever we just did, it doesn't crash it. I'm assuming there's a limit where it does, because the game already doesn't like it at this number. So yeah, I'm just gonna see you when the destruction unfolds, because it's going to take a minute or two. Well, this is a little underwhelming. It took 3 minutes for the dragon to register that it was dead, and another 2 minutes for the game to start exploding stuff. And this is the explosion we got. This is sad. Like, this is this even 20 by 20 blocks? Like, what is this? That's 24, 20, let's say 24, 25 at the very edge. And then, oh, maybe the explosion continues further on this way than it looks? Oh, that's nowhere near as big as I was expecting it to be. I mean, there was a lot of open space here. Most of that was already nothing, so that doesn't change much. It's there's a couple of. Can I move, please? It looks like there's a couple of loose blocks down here, but it's like singular strands, like a single line of like straight down all the way down here. Yeah, I was expecting a giant crater game. That's that's not what I wanted. Oh, it didn't even kill. There was a leech lizard right here, and it didn't even die. It jumped into the. It's like right down there somewhere. As it jumped in with the dragon. That's a bit of a letdown. Oh well. Oh yay, we got Predator again. Not that we need it. So Ignis, it's an insta-kill skill. I'm never going to say an insta-kill skill is bad, but I am going to say that it's probably not the best insta-kill skill. I do like stone, though. Stone and fuse are kind of fun. I don't know how much damage they do, but they do a lot of destruction, and it's at least 40. It at least one-shots a griffin. Training dummy. It's not even 300. That's... Yeah. This is a good skill if you want a mountain to no longer exist. Other than that, there's probably better options. Like, it's a fun skill. It is not a amazing skill by any means. Although saying any of the ultimate skills are bad is, again, kind of a misnomer, because I don't think that's possible. Anyways, done with Ignis. Kind of not what I was hoping for, but it's still an ultimate skill. Let's take a look at Crasher. It's the last of these. The last of the ultimate skills that's technically can't get legitimately, but not the last one that we're not going to get legitimately. So this one's 2048 armor stands, 2048 pistons, 2048 redstone torches, and 2048 observers, which is just a ludicrous amount of stuff. Like, that's like an entire diamond chest or something like that worth of redstone, which that's a lot. Like, I could do the proper math on this. I don't remember exactly how big a diamond chest is, but it's basically this size. It just doesn't double stack things. Yeah, that's just so much stuff. You're never going to get that legitimately. And I don't even think I'm going to spawn in all that stuff. Like, that is way too much. Armor stand. Like, I don't remember exactly how many stacks this is. Oh yeah, armor stand's only stacked to 16. That's like four diamond chests worth of armor stands. I am not doing that. That is silly. This one gets the command. Tensura, Grant, ability, Grant, Crasher. Most of them, I think, even if they're difficult quests to get them, they're at least yeah, they're at least achievable. They can be difficult, they can kind of suck a little bit, but you could realistically do it. Huh. Does TR Angel have ultimate skills? It kind of looks like TR Angel has ultimate skills. Huh. Belphegor, Sandalphon, and Uriel. Gonna have to look at those in a moment. Crasher. There it is. Yeah, most of them seem reasonable. Crasher is not reasonable. Like, you are never going to do that with that quest. Is it good enough to actually warrant that, is another question. So, Crasher. The essence of deletion. Completely and utterly erase your foes from the plane of existence with the power of your sheer will alone. It has a toggle. Might as well do it. It also does not say what it does on there. So, 1 second. Guess I gotta pull that up. Okay, so I found the thing for Crasher on the Mysticism Discord. Also, it's Tensura Angels. If your add-on adds in ultimate skills, I feel like this should be on the mod page, because this is kind of a major selling point. Because those are all, in fact, ultimate skills that they just didn't tell you about on the mod page for some reason. That's kind of a big deal. Anyways, we'll go over those in a moment. We've got Crasher here first. So, basically, we'll start with the toggle. It's thought acceleration. Everything is thought acceleration. And then also, if you manage to fall below 10% of your max HP, you'll end up getting 75% of it back as absorption, which is kind of cool. That makes it a pretty... That's another pretty good defensive skill. Not that we really need more of those at this point. So those are the two passive abilities. Next up, we have Hockey, which is... Apparently this one's unavoidable and non-resistible void damage. And apparently causes them to move slower. Oh, it even has an extra little effect when it hits a thing. I'm assuming that's because of slowness and whatnot being added. So yeah, it's a Destroyer's Hockey. That's pretty cool. Are we becoming a Destroyer God? We might be becoming a Destroyer God. Then it has Dimension Hopper. Dimension selected. Oh yeah, I have to use the scroll wheel for this. And then from here, we can just say, I want to go to the end. Loading terrain. And it has a 10-minute timer. I shouldn't... Oh, well, you can still use Destroyer during the meantime. Oh, that's great. So yeah, every 10 minutes, you can just say, oh, I don't want to be in this dimension. Let's go to the end instead. Which also makes it a pretty good skill for quick getaways if you're going to, like, lose a Hinata fight or something. So that's pretty cool. So, just go ahead and use Destroyer Hockey for a moment. It's mastered. And now, wasted a bunch more Magicules, but that kind of doesn't matter at this point. We now have access to Dionysus, the Lord of Crashing. I'm not entirely sure why Dionysus is the Lord of Crashing, but sure game if you want to talk like party crashing. The true essence of the Destroyer. Decimate and remove all threats from existence and delete chunks with your indomitable will. Delete chunks, you say? I am interested. Dionysus is also not listed here, so this is another one I have to go pull up real quick. Okay, so thought acceleration, universal perception, those are the norm at this point. Just assume any ultimate skill has them. Also, Void Infusion. Our fists do void damage and severance damage as well. I think Crasher does that too, but I forgot it. Once again, we have Destroyer Hockey. This time it does 500 unblockable damage per second. Just in case it needed to be stronger. Oh, I still have the dummy. I thought I left it behind for a moment. That would have been bad. Why is that doing almost 600? That's only supposed to do 500. That's not what that's supposed to do. Dimension Hopper. Once again, we can do the same thing. Turn null. Here's the important part. Oh yeah, and I guess our dimension hopping is only 30 seconds now. That's better. Turn null and multi... Oh, I guess you have to learn multi-layer barrier once the skill is mastered. It has another one of those skills where you can get like 40,000 defensive points or whatever. Turn null. Delete from existence. Ooh, this one doesn't train with Destroyer Hockey anymore, it looks like. This one only trains with Turn Null and Dimension Hopper, I'm assuming. That's going to make this one a little bit harder to master so we can actually see it in action. At this point, Tensura, edits, ability, cooldown, Crasher, 0. We're just going to do this for a little bit to make it a little bit easier to actually show things off. Where is it? Of course, I could have gone up and gotten here way faster, but I went this way instead. 0. Nope, we do not have Crasher anymore. We are using Dionysus. Dionysus, there it is. Dimension Hopper. I actually have to do this. Go to the Nether. Maybe go to the Nether. There we go. It has a 30-second cooldown and also does not train that way, which means the only way to do it is on a 3-minute timer, deleting entire chunks from existence. What happens to the mobs inside of a chunk you delete? I'm assuming they don't fare well, right? 6, 5, 4. Come on. Sounds are a bit delayed for a moment there. That's a bit interesting. Really? Nothing. They just fall. That doesn't sound right. I feel like if we're deleting everything, we should delete mobs too. I don't know. Let's just do this. I want to see the skill mastered. I hear a music disc. Now, every time I hear a music disc, I am going to go get it, and then I'm going to get sad when it is one of the skills that we needed but didn't get, probably. No, that was just wait. We've already seen that one plenty of times. Anyways, why am I doing it like this? I could just master it. Like, this is so much slower than what I was going to do. Than what I could do instead. Oh, it deletes bedrock. Bedrock? What? Okay. So yeah, I know they said a true essence of deletion, but I did not think that was going to count for bedrock. That was not expected. How many times have I had to do this? I think I double did it there. This is a good test. There we go, Master Dionysus. And now it does not, in fact, get multi-layer barrier? Huh. Interesting. The Discord says it does, but we didn't unlock it when it was mastered, and we don't have it here. I don't know. This skill, the hockey is good. Dimension hopping is nice. Turn null is fun. But not as good as I was expecting. Literally, if you don't want a mountain to be there, get rid of it. That's how a lot of the ultimate skills seem to be. They seem to focus more on becoming destructive rather than powerful in a fight, I guess. I don't know. This is another cool one where part of it is very good. Like, Destroyer's Hockey and Dimension Hopper are great. But Turn Null is funny for a bit, but probably not useful after that. Like, if it deleted everything in a chunk, maybe, like I thought it was going to, but it just leaves mobs alone? I don't know. Cool ultimate skill. Glad it exists. It's not as useful as some of the other ones, except for dimension hopping, which we can kind of already do in a couple different ways. Anyways, are we making this one a long one? We apparently have 6 more ultimate skills to go over instead of the 3 I was expecting. So, sure, let's jump into those, shall we? We cannot use BTR Ultima for them, though I am hoping that just getting them and mastering them and then gaining a point of EP will be enough, although I might need more MP. So, the ones that we saw are Tensura Angels will be the fastest way to see them, because I think there's only 3. Tensura, Angels. Nope. Angels. Nope. Angel. Nope. What? How was it? I don't remember. Fine, I'll scroll. Tensura. Right before Mysticism, I should have gone up instead. That was probably faster. Where is it? How much further? So many skills. Rude came. The Angels? No. Where is it? How do I get to it? TR Angels? TR Angel. Fine. There it is. Belphegor, Sandalphon, and Uriel. Uriel requires... Okay, I can see the lords. Belphegor is the Lord of Sloth. So, that needs Sloth. Sandalphon is the Lord of Condemnation and needs Murderer. Bad we didn't have... Too bad we didn't have Angels in the first run. We would have gotten that one. And then Uriel is the Lord of Vows and requires Infinity Prison. So this one does exist. Someone had brought up saying they wished it exists, and I guess it does, just not in one of the packs we had in the time. Cool. So we need Infinity Prison, we need Murderer, And we need Sloth. Funny that 2 of those are ones that we were considering getting legitimately and then said nah to. Technically I could, it would have just taken some work. Do I go get Infinity Prison legitimately at this point? No, I think it's kind of too late for that. We're in cheating mode at this point. Same with Sloth. So, I mean, I could. No. we're at the end here. I am cheating them in. I keep wanting to say no, we'll do it legitimately. Oh, too late. Anyways, wait, what other skill was it? Murderer. It's Murderer. That's right. So we're gonna give ourselves back Murderer. Tensura grants. Funny that it's all 3 skills that we could have gotten or did get at one point. Ability grants Tensura Murderer, which is a very nice skill, actually. This is a fun one. It was better than I was expecting. Also, it has total concealment if I press it here, but I don't think this will help train it faster. Hide. True invisibility, and then do extra damage while in this mode. And then I just need to click and hold this for a minute. So, what was that noise? You know what? We're in total cheating mode. I'm just going to do this. Ability, Mastery, Tensura, Murderer. Save us a couple of minutes, basically. I am going into full cheat mode. Maybe I could even go survive. What's it called? Creative mode, but I don't think we need it. And a bloop. Murderer spends a bunch of MP, but gets evolved into Sandalphon. Really wasn't expecting to go through all this. Be the hammer that will assist justice on those that have wronged it. Ooh. As a toggle, it does not have an in-game wiki, so I guess I'm reading off of the Discord again. Okay, I've got it open. I do like the image on it. That's pretty cool. Anyways, we have way more modes than I was expecting. Toggle predictive calculation. So we have a pretty good dodge chance at 50%, just baseline all the time. And we have 75% chance to ignore dodge and 100% chance to crits. Ignore resistances, nullifications are resistances, all that stuff. We've seen that plenty of times before. We have multiple other ways of getting it. Then we have silent motion with the toggle, so basically the same thing as Murderer gave. Assassination makes us completely invisible and undetectable, dealing a whole bunch of extra damage, including spiritual damage now. That's pretty cool. Does it gain mastery points while holding? It gains mastery points while holding. Obviously, and it will get better as it masters again. This spell gives the magic jamming effect to every entity in a 20-block radius, and clears the user of any magical effects. So basically just magical interference on everything around me. That's pretty cool. Eraser takes away 10% of the target's EP, has a 100% chance of hitting the target at close combat. So, do I gain it? 9045429. 429 was the end of it. Okay, no, I don't get it. It just weakens the opponents, and then they're just start gaining it right back by the time it's gone. Maybe that or just the Grimoire of Gaia mobs gain EP over time. I don't know. Time to test that again on our piglin friend here. You should drop down to 1800. Yeah, and then you'll start recovering back up to your max. Okay. Why is that useful? I don't know. That might be useful in very rare cases where you need a mob to be weaker than you are so that you can eat it or something. Anyways, next up is Necrosis. Gives the Necrosis effect to the target, preventing them from regenerating and using any type of magic for 2 minutes. And they need to be at most 20 blocks away. So, our piglin friend can no longer cast magic. Not that it could before. Any type of magic, you say? Should I give Hinata Necrosis? I think she has, like, magic jamming or something like that, so she'll probably be immune to it. But it's another possibility. Basically, you have to think about how will this skill stop a Hinata? Can it stop a Hinata? That's basically the question. Remove. Instantly destroy barriers. So... you don't have a barrier, so it doesn't put a cooldown or anything, but it does gain training points. That works. And then... Judgment. Judgment has been acquired. Are we about to be an Arceus? Are we Arceus at this point? Destroys instantly the barriers of the target while giving them the necrosis effect, preventing them from regenerating, while losing 75% of their EP, and doing a whole bunch of damage. So basically everything else put into one. It's got a 20-minute cooldown. That's not a one-shot on Hinata. It only does 750 physical, and Hinata has other defenses and whatnot, so it won't one-shot Hinata. But it will hurt. They lose 75% of their EP on top of it. That would 100% just let us eat Hinata, no problem. That's... I don't know. It's a cool skill. I'm glad it exists. Probably not that important. I don't know. Taking away EP from a mob, but not giving it to us, I'm not entirely sure when that would be super useful. I don't know. I might be able to... Maybe I'm misremembering something, or I'm overthinking something, or just... Yeah. It's a little... I don't know. Cool. Probably not the most useful. It kind of joins the case of there are 100% better ultimate skills, but if this is your only one, you're not going to complain. Next up is Belphegor for Sloth and Uriel for Vow. Or, Infinite Void. Infinite Prison. No, we have Gojo skills, but Gojo is not in this mod. Right, this is not the right version of Minecraft for Gojo. For a second, I was misremembering. It was like, wait, 119.2. Does JJK exist for this version? Sadly, no. We cannot fight Jojo as a slime or something. Anyways, time to grant ourselves... What do we go for? Sloth or Infinite Prison? We're gonna save Uriel for last because it's a Grimoire skill, basically. That's why we're waiting. So, Sloth. This is a skill we could have gotten, but didn't. And then I guess at this point we're going to save Veldora, Velgrind, and Azathoth for next time. Sloth. There it is. A skill we have not seen, period. It's gonna have a toggle. It's gonna be productive. Grind the world to a halt. Put your enemies into a deadly sleep, drain their power, and rest to regain any lost vitality. May lethargy take over. So Sloth is here. Deep Hypno. While looking at a mob, adds 1 layer of drowsiness every 10 seconds. Wasn't there a different skill that added drowsiness? I think there is. Each level of sleep reduces movement speed by 25 and has an additional effect identical to weakness and fragility. On level 5, it kills the target instantly. Does Dreamer also give... I think it might be Dreamer also gives drowsiness, if I remember correctly. I'm curious if the two stack together. Probably, if I had to guess. Where's Dreamer? I don't remember what bar it's on. Not this one. Utility? Oh, yeah, utility. It's... there. Recall, Lucid Dream... Dream... Yeah, Hypnosis and induced drowsiness. Curious if it's the same drowsiness effect. Probably. Increases application duration to 10 seconds. Deep Hypno, but within an area of effect. Has a double casting time. Okay. So Deep Hypno, Fallen Hypno. Basically, Sleep Hockey. And if you hold it down for a moment, it will get to Drowsiness 2. And then Drowsiness 3, Drowsiness 4, I think? Maybe? It doesn't appear to be doing that right now. Deep Hypno. Drowsiness 2. Click and hold. Click and hold. Go to sleep, little piggy. Not gonna do it, huh? It has somehow lost all of its drowsiness points. That doesn't appear to be working right. Anyways, let's move on. Deprive. Sleep deprivation, I'm assuming, is based on what this is. Drains 1,000 MP and deals 10 spiritual damage every second while looking at a mob. If If used on a mob with spiritual HP below 50%, they become tamed? Okay. So... come on, deprive. Deprive. Does it not work on undead? Does it not work, period? It appears it does not want to work, period. Maybe it only works on mobs with drowsiness. There we go. I guess it only works on mobs with drowsiness. Cool. I misread part of it. Just to double check that. It doesn't say it only works on mobs with drowsiness, but it didn't work on a mob without it. So I'm gonna go with that. Rest. While held down makes the player unable to move, attack, or activate skills. Regen. Temporary MP storage at the same rate. If there's enough in temporary storage, right-clicking will store. Ooh. Rest. Where can I see my temporary MP storage? Is there a place where I can? Does this have a storage thing? Storage. No. I don't know. Sure, can't really showcase that. Phantasmal Strike. Here's one that sounds like it could be cool. So far, it's put things to sleep and slowly kill them, maybe auto-tame them, but you have to figure out how. Healing. Activated applies an effect to the player's attacks that deals 10 spiritual damage. Ooh, and then it boosts to 1% of my max spiritual damage. Okay. Phantasmal Strike has been learned through acquired. Okay, it's doing 25 spiritual damage in a punch right now. But things just die to a normal punch anyways, so not super useful yet. That's another one that's going to have to be mastered to see it fully plan out, I think. And then we're back to Deep Hypno. So, I don't know. Maybe when it's evolved, it will be super good. Aha, there we go. The damage over time was finally happening. Ah, it doesn't need to be drowsiness. You just have to hold it down for a while, actually. Ooh, Wither Skull, thank you. What's the best way to train it, though? Is it to hold down the drowsiness hockey? It's probably holding down drowsiness hockey if I have to I had to guess. Yep. So, let's see this thing mastered real quick. We're gonna go over an hour, I think. We're gonna finish up this one, and I kind of want to just keep going and finish off the rest of the ultimates as well. So, or not the rest of the ultimates. We're gonna see Uriel as well, and then I guess we're doing one more episode for ultimates before doing races. This is really taking longer than expected. I was expecting to be done with all of them today, and then there's just more than I didn't know about. So, Sloth is mastered in like 10 more seconds. Might as well just see it then. Basically just cut out 10 seconds there. Cool. Dump all the junk. I have too much stuff on me at this point, and I'm just not stopping to deal with inventory stuff. It did not get a new mode, but I'm sure something got better. If I punch a thing, I lose 1,000,000 MP, lose a bunch of EP, and we learn Belphegor, the Lord of Sleeping. Oh, it's Lord of Sloth, and actually gets the full title, unlike most of the other ones. Well, I guess Sandalphon did too. So this replaces Sloth. Your enemies fall to your knees. Your enemies falls to their knees around you, unable to sport your aura of stillness. Bit of a typo there. But Belphegor, Lord of Sloth. Toggle. Ooh, Phantasmal Strike is just an always effect now, it looks like. Fallen Thanatos, Fallen Hypno, Deprive, Rest, Phantasmal Strike. Or you have to learn Phantasmal Strike, and now it is part of the toggle. If I hold Fallen Thanatos, gives the drowsiness effect to a single target. Adds 1 level every 5 seconds. The target dies at 5. Drowsiness 2. Drowsiness 2. Drowsiness 3. I need to be close enough to activate this. Drowsiness 4. Yeah, you can just keep on shooting me. It's not going to work. Drowsiness 5. There we go. Thank you. It's not quite an insta-kill, but if you manage to hold the mouse on something for 25 seconds, it's a kill, basically. So this is effectively just like deep sleep or whatever it was called in the first one, just better. Next up is Fallen Hypno. With an AoE radius of 10, applies drowsiness to all mobs with 7 seconds. Okay, slightly slower, but it's multi-target, basically. And I think it will work the same. Level 5 drowsiness will kill a thing, if I had to guess. There's a salamander. That one's gonna go fly into lava or something when we go to try to tame it. Because that was a thing that happened earlier on this series. Come on, we've got to... There we go. It didn't want to go. Deprive drains 2,000 MP per second from the target. Yeah. It says MP, but it's draining EP instead. So yeah, this is another one where we don't get the EP from it, do we? 919. Yeah, we get the 5956. 5986. Okay, yeah, you get the normal EP reward, but don't drain the EP. So there's... That's another one of those skills where when would you need to drain EP but not get it for yourself? So, yeah. And then rest looks like it just works better. But again, it's kind of hard to show off because we almost never actually take damage. And you get an ultimate skill. You probably just have infinite regen at this point. So, when do you need to heal? Like, I don't know. Healing on an ultimate skill doesn't really feel necessary because you probably don't need it. Maybe maybe when fighting a player. If there's enough MP in the storage trait, and 2 times Y number of allies. There's some sort of extra added stuff on with rest, like some addition and some stuff going on. Something about allies. But I don't know what it means. It says, if there's enough MP, 2 times Y equals X, Y equals number of allies, X equals cost. Right-clicking will restore a bunch of stats to all allies. Okay. Cool. No idea. And then if it's mastered, we gain access to another skill. So let me go ahead and do this real quick. I think, once again, hockey's going to be better than training it this way. But this... This does the thing every 5 seconds. The hockey mode does it every 7. It's just a question of, I can do hockey without looking at a mob. I can't do this one without looking at a mob. So... Unless... Yeah. So the Fallen Hypno is probably just going to be the best way to do it. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, it took a few minutes, but Belphegor is now mastered, and now we have access to Fallen Strike. Yeah. So this does 1,000 spiritual damage. Yeah. So, Fallen Strike requires learning, requires mastery, deal 1,000 spiritual HP damage, ignoring attack resistance, spiritual attack resistance, and nullification. For a second, it looked like it did the auto-team thing. But no. Like, the chosen one to flash when you fight something and kill it, and then it becomes your ally. So, how much spiritual HP does Hinata have? It's more than 1,000, right? Like, we couldn't one-shot a Hinata with that. Now I don't remember. Let's just head on back home. I don't think we need to be in the Nether anymore. I'm not sure why I stayed in here so long. I don't know where there's another Hinata. I probably could spawn one. Oh yeah, we have a Hinata. We don't need to kill her. We just need to see how much spiritual HP she has. 2,000. So if I managed to hit her with 2 of these before she died, or before... It would probably take 3 because of her regen. But I think the cooldown is short enough on it that I could get 3 before she regened all the way. 10 seconds. She can't regenerate 1,000 spiritual HP in 10 seconds, can she? maybe like 2, 3, 400, something like that. So it would probably take like 4 of these. But that's still a pretty simple way to defeat Hinata if it doesn't matter about nullifications. So yeah, another one of those skills that could probably kill Hinata. This probably made it good. Most of the damage I've focused on, like all the time on this mod, has been physical damage. I almost always kind of forget about spiritual attack damage. I've never had a good way to do it. So that number has sort of just always been there on the side, mostly ignored. This could be kind of cool. There's another one for the books of ultimate skills. Leaving just Azathoth, it's a Velgrin, Veldora, and Uriel. You know what? We're already at 100. We're 105 minutes. No, we are not. We are an hour 5 minutes. Let's just give ourselves infinite prisons so that we can take a look at Uriel too. Then we'll save the big ones for next time. Although maybe Uriel might be counted as a big one. I don't know. It is a Rimuru skill. Infinity Prison. Skill technically we could get legitimately, but we're past that point at this point. Infinity Prison. An ultimate skill. We did not have to eat a trapped dragon to acquire it here, though. There it is. It is a combat skill. Imprison. Imprisons the mob/player the player is looking at. Steals all movement and skill usage. For 6,000 seconds, or 6,000 ticks rather. I think it's 1,000 ticks to a minute. So like 6 minutes, it goes up to 12 minutes, and cooldown is way lower. Like, what is the cooldown now? Absolute Guard. Blocks all attacks. Opponents with an EP higher than 75% of the user's EP can bypass it. So, no one can attack us. Cool. Imaginary Space. Where's the energy cost of attacks block? I'm sorry, huh? Imaginary Space. It's just this. It keeps the same amount of lava and water that our other skills have, interestingly enough. Cool. Imprison. Oh. That poor fish. That was not my intent. I did not want to kill the fish. I just wanted to imprison the fish. Honestly, maybe better for the fish. Like, being locked in place forever is not exactly a good fate. Come on. Ah, it drains EP over time. So anything not strong enough to last 6 minutes will die. Which is to say, Hinata probably won't die to Infinity Prison, but there are a lot of mobs that will. 500 a second for like 6 minutes? Hinata might even die to that one, actually. That's kind of a lot to handle. This is another one that's going to be a little bit slow to master, but once again, we're just in cheat mode, so mastery of this, I'd probably have to use that like 10 more times. They're probably only a handful of minutes, but why wait? Max. Speed up one more thing. Boop. How do I get Uriel? 3 subordinates. 1 million MP, awakened 3 subordinates, and mastered Infinity Prison. Does it mean 3 named subordinates? Do I just need to go over here and, like, name a couple of my friends? Because right now, I don't think any of them properly have names. Minus Ranga, but Ranga disappeared from existence. Evolve. 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 Now all have names. If I go... It's just a name of your species, but it is technically a name. Why? Could I only have gotten this if I got it right before doing Awakening? The other ones happened instantly, but not this one. That's a little sad. You need a living target for this. Imaginary Space doesn't actually do anything else. Imprison. It's still on cooldown. Imprison. It now has a 10-second cooldown and can just do that. So I guess if we want Uriel, we're spawning it in. So Tensura, Grant, and Tensura edit, me, ability, Grant, PR, Angel, Uriel. What else has Angelic Possession? I'm assuming that's for the angels possessing things, though. but grant Uriel. Uriel, the Lord of Vows, has been granted. And let's take a quick look at it before ending off, shall we? There it is. It replaces Infinity Prison. Another toggle. The ultimate shield against any attack. Control the laws of the world to your liking and become unstoppable. So if it's in the slot, you have Absolute Guard. Blocks all attacks with the formula of C equals A times 5. So cost, or 8 times 25 rather. So, or from an opponent with 8 times the higher, the user's EP can bypass it. Okay. So any creature, anything with literally 64 million EP could still hurt us. Otherwise, we'll block everything at the attack damage we would take times 25 magicules. So basically, we can block any attack that's going to do less than 100,000 damage. So, to speak, we could not block our own swipe. But we could block basically anything else. So that's pretty cool. Ooh, we have spatial domination. None of our other skills gave this, but, how many digits is that? Was that 11 million? I think that might have been 11 million. Just shy of 11 million damage. This is stupid. This is stupid. Like, that is way too many digits, game. Do not stack everything if you want to die. Anyways, oh, it also has gravity manipulation, so those skills also do more damage. Imprison, but it's stronger. So now this will take away 1,000 EP a second rather than the 500. So, yeah. A honeybee here will last 4 seconds under our infinite prison. That's a death sentence to anything. Like, no way Hinata lasts that long. She could survive 1,000 seconds, I think, and she needs to survive 6 minutes. Hold on, huh? 1,000,000, 1,000 per second. Yeah, that's 1,000 seconds, right? Just add 3 zeros to 1,000. 1,000 seconds divided by 60 seconds per minute is equal to 100 divided by 6. Oh no, Hinata will survive. She could survive getting trapped in 2 infinite prisons, actually. She wouldn't like it, but she could do it. And basically mastering it will knock down the cooldown. Imaginary space is just better. It's basically infinite. Imaginary space, matter manipulation. Okay, it's molecular manipulation, basically. Cool. Although it has a cool little effect this now. Okay, yeah, other than that, it's just molecular manipulation. Gravity manipulation. Ooh, so we can fly now with it. Universal barrier. That's actually pretty weak compared to some of our other multi-layer barrier skills, but okay. Absolute severance. I saw that on the list, but couldn't find it in game. Ooh, that's pretty cool. So basically, it's a 300 damage little slash effect. Was that 6.5 million? Or was that 65 million? 6.5 million. That is still silly. But it is not as bad as I thought it was. As for a second, I thought it was even stronger than Swipe. Insulated prison. What does this do? I accidentally used it. Affects all entities not allied to us with spatial blockade, magic interference, and fragility. Also reduces all of their stats and takes away a bunch of MP per second. Basically, anything around us is not going to like being around us and will probably just die from existing in our presence. It does have a pretty long cooldown, though. And then it turns back to imprison. But it does have a couple other things. We just need to master this skill first. So I'll see you in a moment. Unless I just want to do... No, kindly right away. I do need to wait 16 seconds for that, but let's just do... Let's just do the mastery thing again. Mastery, Uriel, max. There we go. In 5 seconds, we get to showcase Fatal Imprison. Affects all entities not allied with infinite imprisonment in a 30-block radius. Oh. So this skill is no longer a single target. Anything nearby us will be imprisoned forever. And then, finally, Nova Break. This skill costs 2 million MP to use. That's... Ooh. Apparently we ran out of the magic kills required to actually keep it active. Interesting. Uriel probably can turn it back on for now. Whoops. I accidentally used it and did not actually target something, so it didn't actually work for anything. Let's actually turn back on our mana regen skills. Or at least say 10 AL for now. Nova Break. That's the wrong skill. Nova... Oh, I have to toggle it on again. Whoops. Nova Break. I said Nova Break. This skill does not want to work. Yeah, this skill... Why? Fire's Mastery inflict 5,000 damage to a single target for a very high cost. We have the magic heals required. Turn back on Uriel. Oh, I'm pressing sound domination, not... Are you... Wow. What is on Uriel that is making it so I cannot maintain it right now? What is happening? Don't turn back on Uriel, but let's go ahead and use Nova Break. Game, do the thing. Like, I definitely had above 2 million right there. It should have worked. Let's just wait until we hit our max magic heals again, and we're gonna start boosting past it. Nova Break. Game? Like, what's your problem, game? Why is that not working? It says it takes 2 million MP. We have the magic heals. It's just deciding, no, I don't wanna. Okay then. Sure, game. What if I just let magic heals build back up to, let's say 5 million? Like, let's say 2 million over what our max is supposed to be. That's gonna take a couple of minutes. I can turn on Wrath to try and speed it up a bit more. Sure, let me try and get the skill to work. Maybe we just used up too many magic heals today, and it doesn't want to play ball with the low amount we have at this point. I'll see you in probably like 10 seconds. Like we get like 4,000 magic kills a second at this point. So, what is Dream? Oh yeah, I guess our max is lower now. That was like earlier when I was just starting up. 5,000. Well, there we go. The game just lied. That took 4 million magic kills. Now I need to wait for it to regen high enough again because I was not paying attention to what we were actually at there. Come on. I didn't see it do like the full 5,000 it was supposed to. I didn't see if it was boosted by anything else on top of it. So, 1 second. Let's wait for this to regen a bit further. Okay, we should have enough magic kills to launch this properly now. Game? Did I break the dummy with the first one? Is this dummy no longer in existence technically and it's doing that weird thing? No, I just decided it didn't want to tell me how much damage it did. Because of course it did. Because I just waited like a minute to test to see how much damage it did. So the game said no. Cool. This is going a bit weird. Like, not really what I wanted it to work like. It's cool. Glad Uriel exists. Any Rimuru skill is cool. Like, you can't say Rimuru has a bad skill. Okay, it's hitting. It's just not registering damage? Question mark? That's interesting. Why? Also, I should see exactly how much MP it's trying to take. Obviously, the 3 million we're supposed to have isn't enough. Yeah, it takes the 2 million and says, actually, no, that's not enough, and takes 2 million again, which is rather rude, game. Like, why? Please explain. Anyways, let me wait to see. Will this kill a regular mob? Because it's not actually registering damage on a training dummy. Okay, 4.3 million. Okay, yeah, it will just one-shot anything. Like, is this blockable? If it's not blockable, then this is another Hinata one-shot. If it is, then there's only a chance it's a Hinata one-shot. Because, like, if it's hitting her resistances, I think it will get halved. But that's still 2,500 damage, so ignoring all armor, maybe. Oh yeah, this Hinata's super boosted because of our inspiration and whatnot, so that's not exactly a fair analysis to other Hinatas. But still, of the 3 angel ones, Uriel's the coolest. But it does have some finicky stuff with how its skills work, specifically Nova Break. It's cool, but it's very hard to use. Also, just trying to keep it maintained. Here we go, Lord of Vows. Just trying to keep the skill on is apparently painful. Although it is no longer draining Magicules. Why did it drain Magicules before? Insulated Prison. That's the multi-hit, everything around us takes damage, right? Yeah. Or technically we have 2 of those. We have the... Where is it? Fatal Imprison, Nova Break, Insulated Prison. Insulated Prison and Fatal Imprison all do target everything around us, just slightly differently. So, does matter manipulation work like molecular manipulation? No. Oh, that's a metal slime. Cavity manipulation. And universal barrier. Absolute severance. Did I see how much damage that skill did? That's the one that did 6.5 million, right? How many digits was that? That's 15 million. Where's Swipe? Where's Swipe? Oh. We have something capable of more damage than Swipe. Okay, game. Okay. Yeah, Uriel wins. Uriel. That means that this skill is stronger than Antaeus combat-wise. Although, you're not going to use the expensive skill that is hard to use. You're going to use this one instead. Although this also does get like a million other boost from all of our other spatial skills. So it's not exactly fair if it's your only ultimate skill. But also, what is this? Like, that is way too much damage. So, Uriel is maybe the strongest ultimate skill? Like, at least damage dealing wise. We don't know how good Azathoth and the Veldora Velgrin skills are yet. Those will be next time. But it's definitely up there. Anyways, I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed as much as I have, and hope to see you next time. So, without further ado, take care, everybody. I want to thank everyone so much for watching again, and we need to make a special thank you to the members. Right now, that is still just the Gaming Tornado, but thank you so much. Anyways, for real now, take care, everybody.